WNBA coming into tonight. Stephanie White refers to it as a work in progress, and as a coach, you certainly have to view it that way, but Beaver off to a really good start on that end of the floor. Clark misses on the floater on her first look, ping-pongs around, and will stay here with Indiana.
Caitlin added that to her game last year after the Olympic break, and she had a good look. She got to the nail.
Mitchell and Clark combined for 24 in the first half. Boston still trying to get going here. Oh, with the shot clock down to 5. Nelson Adota steps out. Hull feeds inside. If Boston get it off in time, they'll say it's a shot clock violation.
She's got to cut without the ball because she can drag some help.
Marina Mabry was held to just 4 points in the first half. She is Connecticut's leading scorer at 18 per game. There's Mabry on a backdoor cut.
That's a slant pattern, quarterback to wide receiver, play by Connecticut.
So the Sun have bridged the second and third quarter with a 6-0 run. They've cut Indiana's 12-point lead in half. Hull just falling out of bounds, whips it to Mitchell.
You know, Connecticut was late getting out of the locker room, just a 24 tip. So I'm sure that they're going to come out and play with incredible focus right here.
Mabry now 0 of 5 from the three-point line as Hull spots up and knocks down a 3.
Holy shoot, outside the arc.
That is going up here tonight. She's hit 2 of her 3 shots. Hartley turns the corner, denial at the rim. It's Boston, but it found its way right to Nelson Adota, who cashes in. Now with 8 points, she's starting regularly for the first time in her career.
Oh, good fake.
Extra pass, Mitchell is wide open and splashes home a 3.
That's why Aaliyah Boston is the best passing big in the game right now. What a read.
That was Boston's 5th assist here of the night. She's averaging 4 per game as Charles steps back and can't connect. Has been WNBA in terms of setting up her teammates. Clark behind the back, feed inside. 2 more for Howard. So the Fever answer a 6-0 run, a 6-point run of their own.
It's them numbers on the backside and a wide open look.
Indiana hits their 6th 3 here of the night as Hartley can't answer with a triple of her own. Connecticut now just 1 of 12 from out there. They're trying to get organized here with a shot clock down to 4. Hartley bounce past Charles. Nelson Adota tracks it down and tosses it off of Hartley just gets it in time, finds Charles. Mabry offs inside, Nelson Adota, 1 moment of hesitation.
Yep, exactly. Boston is because she's terrific at making that decision.
Mitchell pulls it back, that's a deep 2. Howard got hands in there, they're gonna get her with the foul, and if so, Fever will take that. It's the 2nd on Hull. Sheldon straight away. Hartley too strong, and the lid stays on. Felt like she was fouled there by Sheldon. Austin takes matters into her own hands, muscles inside, can't finish, gets her own offensive rebound, kick into the corner, and Mitchell can't connect. Hardly dangerous pass, it found its way to Mabry, and Charles deep position, but that left-handed hook won't. Just trying to pick up the pace. They are 3rd in the WNBA coming into tonight. Boston, Hull, extra pass. Mitchell can't connect. Howard on the offensive rebound, and Mabry just took it away. Getting some good looks here, just can't cash in on him, and that lead has been stuck at 12 here. And a 3-minute drops. Charles charging hard, too strong. Offensive rebound, put back won't go. There's a whistle. Clark is immediately sprinting to the bench and asking for a challenge. He was called for her second foul.
Stephanie White and her staff to take a look at it.
Going into the reasoning there for Stephanie White to not use the challenge. You've got to be so careful as a coach. There are probably so many plays throughout a game that you think you can win, but is it the most impactful moment? Clark hustling away.
I mean, is that displacement? I think it is.
Oh, and Marina Mabry's going to get ejected. If the officials saw that, Marina Mabry is going to get ejected.
Well, they're going to go and look at it. Look at Mabry. She's got a scar on one side, a scratch on one side of her face, a scratch on the other side. It's not from the game today. I asked her about it. Based on what we experienced in the first half, you know there was an extra shove in the first quarter. So there's clearly that's a foul.
And it's contact to the face as well. It'd be interesting to know if they're going to look at that first one for a flagrant foul. There was an impact, there wasn't wind up or follow through, but there was a direct hit to the eye of Clark, and then just a totally unnecessary body bump by Marina. To anything Marina Mabry did, that was in a completely different class of foul. So Clark is shooting, those are the flagrants. The microphone, we don't have the ability for the official to talk to us. So that was the flagrants, and then I think the difference between the technical.
Right, because there are some cancellation out on
turns it over. Mabry comes up with a steal. She's going to be hit with a chorus of boos.
And this is going to be all over talk radio everywhere you go tomorrow. This is going to be a point of contention. It's a conversation about the league.
Charles, step back. That shot won't fall. Can regain focus, regain composure here most quickly. After what must have been a 10-minute break. Oh, Holt just splits a double team inside. Howard hanging and finishing.
I assume Indiana's going to boo Mabry for the rest of the game and probably for the rest of her career when she comes in the building.
That's an offensive foul. First 5 points. They're out of that fracas. Clark, Boston.
If you know anything about Marina Mabry, and I know Mabry, this is not going to really affect her that much. Honestly, here she is, and that's who she's been her whole career. She's going to consider all this booing a sign of respect, to be honest with you. And she shouldn't be in the game.
And Howard is fouled. So Boston and Clark will take likely brief rests here as Indiana in all of this. A moving screen called on Dantas.
Consistency. I'm just going to say it because everyone that's won, you just want consistency out of the whistle.
Connecticut's gone 5+ minutes without hitting a shot. Charles trying to change that. Kick into the corner. Lindsay Allen can't connect. That drought continues. Mabry able to force it into the corner. Here is Rivers. Oh, and she gets a shooter's touch.
These on the season are against Indiana.
Cunningham displaced and the foul